You probably couldn't pick anybody better than Dave Obey for the Hansen Award.
Dave Obey set the standard for what it means to represent the interests of the public.
We couldn't have had a better representative in the U.S. Congress than Dave Obey from the 7th District here in Wisconsin.
Basically, I wanted many people, well, probably hundreds of educators who have benefited from Dave's support of higher education and K through 12.
He's a passionate advocate for a good quality of life in central Wisconsin. And if you're going to mess with that, then you get to see the cantankerous curmudgeon come out in Dave.
As a legislator, we oftentimes had conversations with either Dave himself or representatives of his office about the things that were happening in our districts, what the needs were, because he wanted to be a part of addressing those needs and helping to create a better future.
There are a lot of people in central Wisconsin that have teeth right now that probably wouldn't have them if it weren't for the dental clinics that Dave made possible with partnerships across central and northern Wisconsin.
The GIS Center, the Geographic Information Center that he helped support, that it was actually an idea for developing this center for, I would say, 2001, 2002, and the state actually had money for it, but the state cut money. And essentially with Dave, he basically was someone who saw that as a worthwhile endeavor, and for 5 or 6 years he was trying to get funding in the federal government, and he never gave up. He was tenacious concerning that, and basically I'm always going to be grateful for that.
One of the things that I always appreciated about Dave was how much he cares about the environment. And a really nice local example of how Dave cared is the Ice Age Trail. That resource wouldn't be nearly as far along today as it is if it hadn't been for Dave's support.
What Dave tried to do as a member of Congress is support the common person. Supportive of education, supportive of labor unions, supportive of the basic services that people in the 7th District needed. And more than anything else, Dave was just for the people of the 7th District.
Had it not been for Dave Obey and his philosophy of the importance of education, chances are I would not have taken the course that I've taken in terms of the education that I was able to get and how I used it.
He always has taken a look at the K through 12 and higher education areas, saying, how can I help them out? How can I improve the situation that'll help our children for the future?
Dave Obey, probably more so than anyone that I've ever met, understood that in order to have a healthy, free, democratic society, you have to provide for education. University education is important, but so is technical training, so that people who want to get jobs and have jobs and contribute to the community that way are able to do so.
Dave is certainly one of the most well-read and probably one of the smartest members of the House of Representatives, and also was somewhat feared by his colleagues because Dave always knew the numbers and wasn't shy at all when it came to taking a stand. In fact, one of the rumors around Washington, D.C. was the number of pencils that might be in Dave's coat pocket right here were probably an indication of what kind of mood he was in. And of course, as chairman of the Appropriations Committee, most of his colleagues tried to stay on his good side.
Dave's intelligent, he's wise, he's perceptive, but more importantly is he took no guff from people. In other words, if you were trying to obfuscate, if you were trying to obscure or be vague or try to get off point, he would basically call you on that right away, cut right to the heart of the question or the debate that you are at, and make sure that you were telling a logical, coherent statement. And if not, then he'd walk away.
I also was at the receiving end of some of Dave's wrath as Chief of the Forest Service. I got some very, very tough questions from Dave, but I got to say, he was always helpful. We tried to resolve things together, and he was just someone that I was proud to know. And it was a sad day for me when Dave announced his retirement, but after 41 years and the third longest serving member of the House, Dave deserves to have a life of his own as well.
Obey was a great legislator. He's a wonderful individual. But probably most important to me, he's been a great teacher, and I respect him for that, and I thank him for it.
His basically Mark is basically still going to be in this community for decades to come.
I just want to say to Dave that I really want to thank you for your 41 years of service and all you've done for not only this district but this country, and I'm proud to have known you.
Basically, I just wanted to thank Dave for the decades of support to higher education in central Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin. You probably have helped tens of thousands of students, if not more so, and we're so grateful for all the work that you've given us over the years.
History will bear out that Dave Obey has really been a remarkable contributor to the future of this state and its residents.